Hey.
Cracking into that stout, I see. Cheers to you, babe. Love you.
Me too. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Thursday.
Aha!
Aha!
Hey, everybody, and welcome to Part of Love, the show devoted to helping you find the love you deserve. I'm Colt of Colt Ang, and this is the safe space that we created to help us all answer those questions that we all have about love that nobody seems to want to answer honestly. If you are new or for whatever reason are not already subscribed, we would love for you to subscribe below. You can do it, I think it's right over here, button right there. Just press that, hit the little bell icon. You will never miss another Part of Love. And also feel free to comment down below because we love to know your thoughts, know what you want to see on the channel in the future. Here we go. Let's get into it. I did the whole thing. I can't believe I did it.
I'm so proud of you. That was
Whoa.
good. Okay, those comments are going to come in handy this week because we want to know what you guys think about this.
I think this one's going to be a contentious issue, as it were. We had somebody on we do a live show on Tuesdays and a live show most Sundays. It's Sundays like just game night, community time for us to all hang out and do ridiculous, funny stuff. And on Tuesdays, we tackle issues. It's a live Good Morning show or a Live Good Morning show.
Yeah, so bring your coffee. It's at 12 p.m. EST. And sometimes we get a little deep in the morning.
And today, right at the end, we had to go do a blood drive. We had to go give blood today. And so we had to cut it a little bit short. And right at the end, somebody threw in a comment question about what we're talking about today, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm really stoked to talk about it. We both I felt us both like peak up about it in the moment and then be like, it was such a blue balls moment of being like, fuck, we can't talk about it.
Yeah, so we were like, okay, let's save this. This is a full episode worthy kind of question.
So what's that question?
Okay. I'm a little nervous to get into this, but here we go.
Let's do it.
The question is, can a man and a woman that are heterosexual, and that's important, be very, very close friends?
Without somebody catching feelings.
Right. Right.
That's
like
their words,
totally,
not mine. Well,
what's the word? Like, not like...
Platonic.
Platonic.
Totally platonic with nobody having feelings for the other. So I know how you feel about this. So a large part of this is going to be me playing devil's advocate.
You're going to play devil's advocate, but I just want to establish one thing before we begin. I am going to say that it's like the kind of friendship that I am imagining for this is not just even really good friends. I'm imagining like best friends. I'm imagining the way I am with my best friend with you.
Me.
Yes, but I'm trying to be like more, okay, like imagine, discover a friendship where there's never been a sexual relationship. And so I'm imagining my longest, shut up. I'm imagining like my best friend of 25 years, right? Or like 22 years, but still. Like I'm imagining like
in the womb.
Right? Like I'm imagining your friendship with, Billy Ty, Nicole Brown. Like I'm imagining that deep of a friendship. Can I do that with a straight male, completely platonic on both sides, no feelings? Go.
Okay, so what I think is important to establish before I answer this question is that no matter is that we should all be drinking. Tonight we're drinking Worldwide Stout that I showed in the introduction. So I think it's important for us to say kind of a disclaimer, as it were, that all opinions are our own. All opinions reflect our experience. They may not be your experience, and that's why we literally tell you to comment every time or ask you, request you to comment, encourage you.
Honestly, so curious about this one too. And I want to know, like...
I would love for somebody to give an argument.
I think it needs to be an open dialogue because
I
have my own experiences and that's what's formed obviously my opinion about this and vice versa.
Yeah.
So I want to know, I'm very curious. So as we dive in, like please comment below, DM us too about this.
So one of the kind of tenets of what we hold in highest regard as far as once you're in a relationship is that you treat each other like best friends. You should be best friends. You should know this person and they should know you inside and out. You should want to share your life with them. That's what those vows were when you got married. Like that's that whole thing of wanting to spend the rest of your life together through thick and thin, for richer, for poor, depending on your whole jam.
It's because you're best friends.
Like, it's really hard to do if you're not best friends.
Have sex.
Yeah. Trust me,
Basics.
It's awesome when you're best friends and you have sex. Like, it's just the best. Bar none, best thing ever. Love all aspects of it. So with that in mind, though, I think it's so important to acknowledge that I have not had an experience with a best friend, or with a super close, like, true female friend, that there wasn't some part of that flips.
Same.
And I think either way.
Either way, yeah.
And I have been in situations, I've been on both ends of it. I've been in situations where I didn't mean to commandeer the beginning of the conversation.
No, I like it.
I've been in situations where, and you've been privy to these, where I have, like, been fun and, like, had a great time with somebody, and I have a very flirtatious nature in general, and always picks on me because...
No, but honestly, and this sounds like you're going to formulate what you think, but hear me out. So, and this is an episode that we were going to make before, our schedule got a little busy, but I was going to make a formal episode, which was actually such a compliment to you. And it's about being a flirt, and go enjoy life and go live a big, bold, joyful life, and go be a flirt, because this is the biggest flirt I know, and he makes everybody's life. Now, he's a flirt, though, not like, yes, this is I don't want to classify you, but you love people in general, and so you flirt with life. You flirt with freaking dogs, You flirt with the little boy that's making your tacos at the Taco Bell, and like, dude, I love your tattoos. Where'd you get that? Like, you make everybody feel so good. You flirt with the old lady at the checkout counter at the Target, and she can't figure out how to, ring up the bathing suit. And you're like, don't worry, darling. Like, you look so good. And I'm like, who are you? But you make everyone feel so good about themselves.
Over here.
No, and you're so funny and honest and endearing, and that's why I love you so much. And so I say you're the biggest flirt, and he is. He can talk any telephone, customer service rep off a ledge, and somehow we're like staying in the executive suite just because of his kindness, and like,
it's very sweet. But I'll tell you what it is, as we discuss it more. It's less about flirting. I find qualities about people that I can encourage, and that I like, and that I can push forward, because I think in general, and this is probably a rationalization to some extent, but it is true as well. Like that kid at Taco Bell. Ugh. Like, he was having a fucking horrible night the first time we went, and he was being a little dick, and it annoyed the shit out of me. And it would have been super easy for me to be like, hey, fuckhead, get your shit together, make my tacos, put them in the bag. Like, I don't care about your problems. But that's not going to help. And so many people did that to me growing up. And I had so many fucking things that I wish... I remember the first compliment that I got in high school. I remember the first time someone told me, and this was a recurring theme, the older girls in high school would tell me, you're going to be cute when you grow up.
Oh.
But like, that to me, now I look at it and I'm like, that's kind of fucked up. Like, but at the same time, like, I looked at it at the time and was like, wow, somebody sees something in me. And I know, like, I don't go around being like, hey, you're going to be cute when you grow up. But I definitely wanted to talk to him and let him know, like, hey, I know everybody here comes in for their fucking tacos, but, like, how you doing tonight, man? What's up?
But you do that for everybody. And I classify
but it's an energy
I make
thing.
Fun of you as, like, flirting with everybody. You're not flirting with everybody, because you're not trying to, like, get in their pants. And it's not,
with those old ladies at the Target, though.
Right, you are.
All about that.
But your heart is so big. So I'm making fun of you by saying you're flirting.
But my point,
because you have this quality, people.
But it is things you're attracted to. I think this is an important thing to focus on. Your friendships, I think, are built on things you're attracted to.
100%.
And because we live in a society where, in general, excuse me, especially straight males are like, I'm not fucking attracted to him. I'm super attracted to parts of not sexually, but
Yeah.
I am drawn to. And
Of
remember,
course
that's
you
what
are.
attraction means. It means drawn
to.
to. I am drawn to certain aspects of people. That's why I'm friends with them.
Right.
Now, I also know that I'm not going to be completely drawn in by somebody that is of the opposite sex and also not be like, there's that similarity, there's that connection, there's that what if, there's that possibility. Obviously now I'm not, because I'm pretty set.
You're pretty set. But I think the interesting thing is that we have both, when we were single, dating, and in our marriage, have witnessed that feeling of we're friends, and
then, oh shit.
I think
Yeah.
that they're giving a little more. Now,
Or they just come right out and say it.
Right.
And just
right, and that's
it feels all but
really
but
awkward.
here's the thing though. In this situation, and the person who asked this is awesome and just did like a huge awesome thing in her life
she's
for
badass,
herself,
this chick.
took care of herself. She's such a badass. We are so stoked about that. With that said, she was talking about this is one of her roommates that is in this situation, is what she said.
I don't know what end.
I don't know if the roommate is the best friend or if the
Right.
or if it's somebody totally different. But I will say this. Fuck, I lost my train of thought. I'm gonna get back to it. I'm so sorry. I built that up. And
I was like really there
second
with you,
time to say blue balls.
Just to go back and just maybe get you back on the train, when we were single,
Yes.
I can account for, well, probably more times where I was like, people were like, no, we're, and I was like, no, we're not, we're just friends. And they're like, no, I want more. And you're like, no, I want friends. I have also been on the other side of that. But I've
only had a couple of those.
Where you've been on the...
Where I've been on the opposite side. And I will say this. I don't remember a relationship, and I'm sure it happened, but I've apparently blocked it out. I don't remember a relationship that I was in where I was like, I want more. And they were like, I don't see you that way.
I think it comes, though, from a bigger self-awareness.
Okay.
And I'm not saying that like we're like self-awareness masters at that age, but we
work on it a lot, though.
Yes, it was something I was so... I was super, for whatever the reason, very conscious about being self-aware. It was like a number one priority for me to be self-aware. And so like that was always at the forefront of my brain, even in my like very early 20s. So I always wanted to be clear about like the message I was putting out to you, and like I was always honest with myself about what maybe you were giving back to me. So I will say, like, I never really fell for someone that wasn't falling for me.
That is where we diverge paths, in the sense that I was very self-aware and constantly, and we've had this talk within the last 5 years.
Okay.
Where I will be like, no, that's not what it is. That's not what it is. That's not what it is.
But that you were falling for her, that they were falling for you.
That they were on that were on that side where I was like, that's not what it is. Stop. That's not
no.
That's not the situation. I'm not in that situation.
Yes.
Let's not go down that road.
When someone is falling for you, well, I was saying that you weren't falling for them.
Yes.
But yes. You have
But
been
I'm saying that's where we diverge, is that you always knew when somebody was falling for you, and you would put the kibosh on it.
Yeah,
whereas I was like, nah.
But
no, we good.
Well,
we good.
I'll also say I am guilty of letting things linger, for sure.
Okay,
I'm
makes
definitely
me feel better.
No, I'm definitely guilty of letting things linger. I wasn't saying that, but I won't lie.
Because you're pretty awesome, so I just figured you nailed it.
You shut up. I won't lie. Like, I'm definitely have let it happen. I wasn't fully aware of it.
Okay.
I let it happen. I was aware of it. I let it happen.
Okay.
Did I act on it? That's depending on the situation, different.
I get that.
But
no, I can appreciate that.
But what I'm trying to say, and what I think you're trying to say is, I don't know. I thought you were gonna have I don't know what your ultimate opinion on this is, but I have never been in.
Yeah, my opinion is no.
A platonic. My opinion's no too. I thought you were gonna argue with me.
I was, but then as I talked about it,
You can't argue, huh?
I think it's very hard. What I will say is, in my experience, no. in my experience, I have not yet had a fully platonic relationship that in no way, shape, or form, in any way, didn't have some element of that, whether it was from them or from me or from just an accepted thing in the air of like, okay, well, we're not acting on this, but like, this is a thing. You know what I mean?
100%.
I just feel like because
100%.
of that, I don't know. I don't fucking know the answer to this, but in my experience, no. And more than anything, it's a dangerous road, my friend.
It's a dangerous road.
It's a fucking dangerous road filled with all sorts of troubles and minds. And
now, can you be friends with someone, and I mean good friends with someone that from the opposite sex? Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
Can you be very, very good friends, close friends that even share very like deep things and feelings and conversations and absolutely.
I think the word that we latch onto vernacular and vocabulary specifically, and I think, well, not vernacular in this particular case, but vocabulary. Best friends, no.
Best friends.
If my best friend was MP, that wouldn't fly. Like that would be that. I think that would be strange because, and there's obviously other issues. Like there are separators and differences, but I still would disagree with that. If that's the person I went to for everything versus you, or if it was just that, I feel like it would cross a line at some point from somebody. I think so. Because I think there's a comfort. I'm so sorry. I keep talking over you. I'm sorry.
No, I love that you have something to say about this.
I think there's a comfort that comes with best friends. There is something you are drawn to, right?
Yeah.
And if you are drawn in, and that's, and remember also, I think it's really important to define the fact that when we say best friends, we take those words very, very literally.
Literally.
We have one, we are each, I'm so sorry, the beer's getting to me. We are each other's best friends. At the end of the day, I don't think I'm pushing you to say that, and if you disagreed, you would say it. We are hands down each other's best friends.
Yes.
After that, we know that there is a singular thing, and then after that, there is a follow-up thing, and then after that, like there is a line, and that's okay. But that is how we define it. So therefore, I could not possibly be best friends with someone of the opposite sex, even without you. If someone had moved ahead of my best friend,
it would probably be
it was you.
But
that was the point. It was you. And the only reason that we got so close was because to surpass somebody I had been friends with since I was 11 years old, there has to be something else there.
There's a full circle happening, right? And so we're mind, body, soul. And so that body part is very important. Like it is. I mean, we are existing as we're in the human existence here, right? So like you're adding another element. Of course, you can't deny that. Now, I'll also say though, I think you're right in the sense that like I am very I'm obviously attracted to my best friends, like for a reason. Again, not sexually. There have been times where I wish I was because it
would have been so much easier.
It would have been.
Oh my God.
I mean, my God.
Cut out the middleman.
And talk about, my God, my best friends are fucking beautiful, you know? Like, come on. So like, I wish, please. But it just it wasn't in the cards.
Didn't shake out that way.
You know? And so, I don't know, but am I attracted to them? Yes, I love them. I'm drawn to them. I laugh, I cry, we talk. Like, you're drawn to your best friends, right? But there's that element. And then there's friends that you make that you're like, ooh, this friendship is great. This friendship is great. I love this friendship. It's platonic. But I'll give you this one. I'm gonna give you this one.
Here we go. Let's see.
So I had a friendship with someone that was of the opposite sex, you know, heterosexual male, that I was getting out of a very bad relationship with, or with a different person. It was a very abusive relationship, and I was a mess in my early 20s, hurting, trying to heal, and he kind of observed the last bit of that relationship and stepped in as what I thought of a friend, and I think a friend, but maybe there was more. I mean, who knows? I'm not going to say whatever. And it was just wonderful to be in the presence of a new friend that really saw the situation. And I was not attracted to this person at all in the beginning. And as
a handsome person, though.
As a handsome person, yes, a handsome heart. And no. I mean, a wonderful heart. What I'm trying to say is it wasn't like lust at first sight is what I'm saying. It wasn't lust at first sight. I think we're thinking of
two different people.
Oh. Yeah, we're definitely
Are you talking about who came into the picture later? As a full-fledged?
Yes.
Oh.
I'm not really sure what's happening. I don't really know what you're referring
Continue.
to. We're speaking on two different languages.
I'm sorry.
So, I want to know who you're talking about because everyone else was just lost. This is the only friend I had. I was really big on the lust part, but
still are.
Obviously. I mean, come on. I married the one that I lusted over most. Was my wedding ring. It's in the bathroom.
Of course.
Anyway,
well, I'm taking mine off. Fuck this noise.
We dating still?
I'm not wearing this shit.
I'm gonna put on my thumb.
Single, everybody.
I gotta put on my thumb.
Also, check out my birthday present. I keep showing everybody. Because I fucking love this thing.
You're so cute.
I've done that in like 3 videos now.
You're so cute. Okay, so I am making friends with this person who is seeing me out of this horrible, ridiculous, horrible part of my life. Breakup, abuse, horrible. There for me, cries with me, checks in on me, whatever.
Don't leave me.
There for me, right? I mean, we're hanging, we're talking, we're going to the bar like bros, we're drinking beers.
He drank beer? Light beer.
I'm trying to think of. I don't know. It was so long ago. It's like in the lifetime.
That was honestly the shittiest thing I've ever said about him in private or in public, and I'm very happy I did it publicly so that I can say I apologize about that. No, that was a super douchey like traditional fucking masculinity bullshit thing, and whatever.
Thank you.
Sorry about that.
No. He was wonderful, and to this day, like I send him love. You send him love for helping me. Like,
I fucking love this guy.
He's wonderful. For the part of my heart he served. Either way, as I'm transitioning out, we're getting very close in our friendship, and again, there's not really a sexual thing at all. But there was this one night where everything changed, and guess whose fault it was? My fault.
Yeah, I was like, you gotta point to you.
I, asshole, who was not, like feeling necessarily attracted or anything, out of my animalistic comfort, easy, whatever you want to call it, like I'm a freaking animal, whatever, like I'm calling myself out here. I just decided to just like, and there it was. And then one night, like we're, a wonderful, gross, I know, right? But like a wonderful friendship. And I remember I was over at his apartment in the backyard. I mean, we were on tour, so it was whatever the apartment he was renting. But, we're on tour and I'm having a drink and we're like talking and I'm fleshing out everything. And then all of a sudden it just turns into this like sexual thing. And that is all my fault because I started it, and he was rolling with it, and obviously not stopping.
Why would you not?
And I'm obviously though
you win the lottery, you take that ticket.
But I'm obviously in tune with the fact that he was probably going to anyway. So I'm realizing probably. I mean, I'm going to be fully honest.
Just rolling with the punches.
Okay, maybe a couple weeks before I kind of knew there was maybe a little more than whatever, and so I'm going with it, and I'm realizing that was shitty of me because. But I don't know if it was shitty of me. Because in that moment I said, I really love this person. Let me see if we take it to the next level.
If I can force the rest of it.
If it will be great. Because I really do love this person. And I'm not, like, I wish I was attracted to women. But I've tried. I'm not.
It didn't work.
But so I looked at this person that I was like, well, let's give it a go. Let's see if it happens.
If you don't try it. How do you know?
How do you know?
You know?
And, he was a wonderful part of my life and blah, blah, blah. And, the season ended when it was meant to.
Yeah.
But that, I think, is the perfect example of you can totally love somebody so much as a person. And then you're always going to be a little curious if the door is open and maybe you're interested, sexually, because the sexual part completes the picture, I think, in the human experience, I do. And so if that door is a little open, you're going to always wonder about it.
I think that's the question that needs to be answered. And I think obviously this comes down to an individual basis, like how it's a personal experience, right? So what I think it comes down to is, and the person who asked this question, who's watching this video right now, could you answer this question for us, whether publicly or privately? Is your roommate curious about the possibility? Because that's your answer. Bob's your uncle. You know what I mean?
That's the thing, yeah.
If you are curious about the possibility, then
you kind of know the answer.
You know the answer already.
And if you're questioning the other person in any capacity, you know the answer.
Yeah, and I will just say, I find that, and maybe this is because we are just very open people. Both of us have not questioned our sexuality. I think we've both been very, no, this is who we are, but have done our best to be open and be like,
yeah.
Is this a thing? Like, could this be a thing? I'm super not into it. Nah. All right, cool. No, I got as close as I could emotionally to trying this, and it's just not vibing.
Right.
But I think when you do that, whether it's with the same sex or opposite sex, when you're open to the vibrations, to the possibilities, when you are self-aware, is what it all comes down to. When you're self-aware, you go, okay, so this is the situation I'm in. How do I actually feel right now?
Right.
How do I feel? Why do I feel that way? Is it because I'm looking for comfort and this person is providing comfort and is providing something new? And this is the thing that I love about him, your story. What I appreciate most about him was the fact that, for one, he fucking stuck it out, and I think he had the best of intentions the entire time. And that, the cards fell his way. The wind blew his way for a little bit. No. I'm just saying in the sense of, based on all of the conversations we've ever had.
Right.
I think that you weren't into the relationship, but he provided, because we talk about the full circle a lot in our life, and we haven't talked about it on the channel so much yet, but we will get into it, and I will find some graphics that will really, really bring it to light coming up soon. But we talk about, maybe we'll do a whole video on it, I don't know.
Yeah.
We talk about the full circle. Always, whether it's the full circle of talent, the full circle of love, the full circle of relationships, the full circle of your hard work, the full circle of, you can take anything, right? And within that relationship, the full circle of him, maybe the last little bit that was missing was attraction, but what was filled up was, there was a ton of love. There was a ton of love. There was a ton of compassion.
Absolutely.
There was a ton of patience.
Yes.
There was a ton of adoration.
Yes.
There were so many things that filled up the circle where you went, you know what? I can just ignore the last part of the circle. Yeah. And here's the thing.
I thought I could ignore, really, I could have filled it up to 10% left.
Of course. But if it's not a full circle, then we're not fucking into it. That's just the truth. You are far more than a full circle for me. And if we're being literal, you obviously are exactly a full circle.
Right.
You fill the thing up, but in my head, you fill it up so many times that I'm like, oh, cool. We're good. You could be a total shit which is why when you're an asshole, like you were today, I'm like, whatever, it's cool. She's fucking awesome.
Grumpy.
She was a Grumposaurus Rex today, just walking around with her tiny arms, being like, I didn't get any sleep last night.
I didn't feel good.
It was, but your circle is filled up so many fucking times that like I didn't even think twice. You
maybe
got out of the car
it's
and
not-
you got out of the car at the
Yeah.
dry cleaners and I was like, fucking fuck. And then you got back in the car and I was like, hey. And it was fine. But my point is, when you're in a relationship where that full circle doesn't exist yet, not even one full circle, every fucking tiny thing they do bothers you.
Oh my God.
Every single thing. And it's not because
Yeah.
they're lacking, it's because they are not right for you.
Yeah.
And I think that's such an important thing for us to get into
There's
at
nothing
some
wrong
point.
with that person. They're not right for you. And they're still
And
growing.
maybe there is also something wrong with that person.
Yeah.
That's totally different. That's another level, layer to the conversation.
It's not your job to fix.
But it's
and
not your job to
They're
fix them.
clearly not for you.
My point is, within regards to the circle, within your specific story,
Okay.
your circle was 10% short.
Yes.
And in that 10% exists a lifetime of 10% short. We cannot accept that. That is not the love you deserve. And I don't know if you want to back to the beginning of this. That is the entire point. Look up in the header of this when you minimize the screen from full screen. It says,
Helping you find the love you deserve.
except this way.
This way.
The point is, our goal is to help you find the love you deserve. And that lacking 10%, getting 90% of the way there is not what you deserve. Because guess what?
No.
If you are 100% of the love you deserve, that's enough. That is enough.
Mm-hmm.
Hoping that somebody else comes along. If they are not also 100% of your circle, fuck that. And if you find a best friend that is 100% of your circle, I need you to tell me why you are not fucking and like together, or why.
Right. If you find that 100%, you're right. So I guess what we're saying is if you're not attracted, it can only go to a certain part of the circle.
Wow, we actually turned this into a full circle thing. Oh my God.
Whoa!
Whoa!
That's awesome though. So your person. Okay, so I think we're defining this for me later.
Kelly.
But your person has to be the full circle, like your ultimate person, right? And so even our best friends that it's platonic with, you know, they are not 100%. They're 100% our best friends, and we love them, but they're not our full circle.
Yes.
They can't
be. If somebody is your full circle and your best friend, wife or husband that motherfucker as quick as you can.
Well, I think you got to try it out first for it to be.
I'm just saying, like, put a ring on it, even if it's a cock ring.
I can't believe you said that. Should you cut that out?
Not cutting that
You're
out.
never the dirty bird.
I know, but you've been
Oh
talking
my
about pooping,
God.
so I just figured I'd throw it in there.
Okay, well, I guess that's our answer.
Oh, man.
Let us know what you think in the comments.
Hit us up below.
We
Let
wanna
us
know
know
your
what you think.
stories.
If you haven't subscribed already,
Boop.
throw it in right there. We're going to come back. Oh, my God.
Oh, the mic died.
It's okay.
Whoa.
No, it didn't die.
Oh,
I just
okay.
knocked it over. We're very close to this mic right now. Let's move all the way over here.
Okay.
All right. If you want to check out more dating videos, you're going to want to go up here. And if you want to go to a playlist of our live shows, our Tuesday shows, right here. Yeah, that's not creepy.
No, that's not creepy at all.
Thank God we're best friends. Full circle.